We chose to insulate the studio with light straw clay, and this is a mixture of wheat straw, clay, borax, and water. The main tools of the trade are an electric drill and a 5-gallon bucket, and to mix the material together, and a hammer to connect the insulation to the framing with old rusty nails, which would otherwise go to the dump. The advantages of straw clay are the structural qualities as well as insulative value, and acts as an easy surface for applying plaster. The straw clay is a zero waste technology since there's no packaging involved. That the straw is a byproduct of the food industry, and the clay can often be found in the subsoil on site. One can reuse all the slop and scrap in the straw clay process in the next batch, and whatever is left over at the end of the job can be used as mulch in the garden. Hardwood flooring is the embodiment of the principle of durability. We used salvaged tongue and groove oak flooring that I got for free on Craigslist, and I cleaned the wood after removing it from a house over in Bellevue, and the amount of money I generated by selling what I didn't use on this studio paid for all of the building costs for this structure. The flooring material is also used as trim and shelves in the studio as a raw material. So the concept of built to last is almost an anachronism in this day and age of synthetic materials and disposable products. However, the longevity and low maintenance of using proper materials will save on future costs in labor and the ever-increasing scarcity of materials. The principle of aesthetics is an often overlooked aspect of sustainable design. In my opinion, a building should look beautiful and feel comfortable while you're in it. The proportions and angles of a room's walls and furniture unconsciously affect one's mood and attitude when in the room, and so surfaces should be pleasant to touch and comfortable to the eye in texture and color. With that in mind, for the finished carpentry, we chose to use oak plywood for the desktop bench seats and the ceiling panels to match the existing oak floor shelves and trim, and then use boiled linseed oil to protect the surfaces and to bring out the natural grain and earth tones in the woodwork and earth plaster. So the earth and plaster is an excellent example of how materials that we use can affect or does affect the health of our bodies. Plaster is made of only sand, clay, water, and organic matter, such as chopped straw. And the plaster is mixed by hand with non-toxic tools and techniques for its application. The use of natural materials circumvents many of the health risks in our built environment, such as the use of formaldehyde in many of our wood products, and black mold found in drywall, or the off-gassing of toxic chemicals found in vinyl and paint products that all lead to respiratory ailments. So the natural building methods and materials are also healthier for the builders themselves, who are often exposed to toxicity at conventional construction sites. Sustainable design promotes the principle of social justice, and as no plants, animals, or fellow workers were exploited during the construction of this project. By using raw materials processed on site, we avoided contributing to the financial and environmental exploitation of people and ecosystems in other corners of the world. So I've had many influences that have contributed to my understanding of natural building, appropriate technology, and sustainable design. Three of which are the books I've read: A Timeless Way of Building by Christopher Alexander, A Place of My Own by Michael Pollan, and A Hand-Sculpted House by Yonto Evans, Michael Smith, and Linda Smiley. I highly recommend reading those if you haven't already. And I'd like to thank all the volunteers who have helped out with this project.